Hey guys, I'm your host, the Agent 41, and welcome back to Video Game Legends Revamped. Undoubtedly one of the most influential and groundbreaking video game franchises in all of history is Pokemon. Started in 1996 by a man named Satoshi Tajiri, Pokemon was a whimsical take on the classic hobby of insect collecting, which Satoshi did in his spare time. However, instead of just catching insects, players called Pokemon trainers could catch insects, sea serpents, huge dragons, and other fantastical monsters in small spherical capsules called Pokeballs. Each series of games, called Generations, brought a whole new series of Pokemon, and there are 5 generations in total. However, each one also brought a legend or two. Legend number 1. Now, while I know this isn't really a legend per se, because everybody knows it's true, I feel I should talk about it. Missing No. For those of you who don't know, Missing No is a special Pokemon, and I use the term Pokemon lightly, that is found in Pokemon Red and Blue. It isn't actually a Pokemon. What it really is placeholder data. A placeholder for what? Well, the story starts with a Pokemon called Cubone. Cubone is a small brown creature that wears the skull of its dead mother as a helmet, and wields its mother's femur as a weapon. I know, dark, right? Well, Cubone evolves into another Pokemon called Marowak. Marowak is essentially a more mature and serious version of Cubone, and its mother's skull seems to be permanently fixated to its head. As the story goes, Marowak was then going to evolve into another Pokemon called Kangaskhan, a large kangaroo-like parody of Genghis Khan. For some unknown reason, the tie between Marowak and Kangaskhan was cut, and Kangaskhan became its own solitary Pokemon with no evolutionary connections to any other Pokemon. Now, the data that supposedly connected Marowak and Kangaskhan, rather than being scrapped entirely, was left in the game and became Missing No. It's possible to catch Missing No. To find it, you must first talk to the old man in Viridian City and allow him to show you how to catch Pokemon. Then, use a Pokemon that can use Fly, and fly to Cinnabar Island. Finally, use a Pokemon who can use Surf to surf up and down the eastern coast of the island. This will cause rare Pokemon over the level cap of 100 to turn up, such as Snorlax and Golbat, and more importantly, Missing No. Catching Missing No will cause all sorts of things to mess up. In-game graphics will be glitchy, the Hall of Fame will be permanently glitched, and if you place Missing No in Bill's PC, you might never retrieve it again. Catching Missing No will also cause the 6th item in your inventory to be multiplied by 128 or 225, allowing players to potentially gain immense quantities of rare candies or Master Balls. Missing No isn't the only glitched Pokemon. There are at least 12 others, including M and LM4. Legend number 2. If you've watched my old Video Game Legends episodes, which have since been deleted, you know I did an episode about the truck near the SS Anne. If you haven't seen it, get ready. In Pokemon Red and Blue, there is a boat near Vermilion City called the SS Anne. If you surf around the ship, you can find a stretch of land on the coast only accessible via surfing. However, you gain the HM Surf much later in the game after Vermilion City, and you must surf from the pier to the ship, which becomes inaccessible after you defeat your rival on the ship and obtain the captain's HM Cut. The only way to do this is to trade a Pokemon that knows HM Surf from another game to your current game, or deliberately lose in battle before gaining HM Cut, which would take you to the Pokemon Center in Vermilion City and trick the ship into remaining in the harbor. Once you reach the strip of land, you will find a mysterious truck. The truck has no bearing on the game's plot, and it contained no immediate secrets. The rumor was that the legendary Pokemon Mew could be found under the truck. Neither Nintendo nor Game Freak ever said anything about this, or disputed it. So that kind of gave players a bigger urge to try it out. Alas, it was false, although there is a real glitch to obtaining Mew. However, Mew would not actually appear in it outside of promotional events. The first game it fully appeared in was My Pokemon Ranch for WiiWare. Game Freak has since acknowledged the truck rumors, and in the Game Boy Advance remakes, Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, a stat-raising item called a Lava Cookie was placed by the truck. The truck rumors were also referenced in Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness by an NPC who says, "There's no Pokemon under a truck, maybe you'll just find a muck," as part of a song she's writing. One more quick legend about the SS Anne to note. There were quite a few rumors about getting it to come back once it had left. These were supported by an NPC stated that the SS Anne would return in a year, but the original games had no way of telling time beyond hours played. Legend number 3. In Pokemon, the first movie, it was revealed that jungle scientists had been excavating and had come across a rare sight, a fossilized Mew hair. They used this DNA specimen to clone Mew and create a new artificial Pokemon, Mewtwo. Mewtwo is supposedly the most powerful Pokemon in all of existence, but that couldn't have been the end, right? Well, in the video game Legends community, there is a word. Pokegods. Pokegods are exactly what they sound like. Extremely powerful Pokemon that were almost godlike. There were 4 types. Supposed evolutions of Pokemon that already existed. Missing no like glitch Pokemon. Pokemon planned for gold and silver versions or any species above 150. And completely fabricated and random Pokemon. While most Pokegods evolved from common Pokemon, 2 of them were said to evolve from legendaries. One of those 2 was Mew 3. This was strange, as it made sense for evolutions of legendary Pokemon to be more popular, due to their small number at the time. Mewtwo fostered popularity for one reason. It was the most powerful Pokemon legally obtainable in the games. While Mew was only available through promotional events and glitches, Mewtwo was fully obtainable through normal play. However, rumors soon began to pop up of a new Pokemon, even more powerful than Mewtwo. People theorized that since there was already a Mew, i.e. Mew 1, and a Mewtwo, there was likely to be a 3rd variation. Mewtwo's already mysterious origin didn't help matters much. The idea of Mew 3 briefly coincided with Mewtwo's armored appearance in Mewtwo Strikes Back. Rumors then began to pop up that Mewtwo could be potentially evolved into his armored form from the movie, under names other than Mew 3. More rumors began to pop up about Pokemon such as Mew 4 and even higher, but those were widely ignored. Rest assured that there is not, never was, and never will be a Mew 3. Well, that's 3 Pokemon Legends for you. I'm sure that there will be more Pokemon-related episodes in the future on account of just how many legends there are in the Pokemon community. But that'll do for now. I'm your host, the Age of 41, signing out. Bye.